Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Bears. Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They turn to Harris to begin the drive.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to hit that route to the outside in this game. They'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Dominique Robinson, the one who got in there to drop it.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Bears are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
And they're going to have this across midfield. And Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They're going to look to throw. And a too much here. He's going down. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up fourth down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Back to throw here. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Harris running straight ahead. And this time they were waiting for it as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point.
Completes this one to Pickens. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because Cover was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw again.
Open man, that's the tight end flyer move.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Setting up the screen, Harris. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
second down. It's Warren, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's first and goal.
They go play action here on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet.
Open man is Johnson. Touchdown, Steelers.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass.
And the Steelers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 65 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
That looks like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you...
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
DeMarvin Leal fighting through to bring him down that time. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a third down and about 9 to go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just got good ball control? This is the NFL. 70-0 leads. They don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators probably tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight run into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
On the return, it's James. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 71 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll set up a throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
This is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
They'll run with Montgomery, and they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Good work there, holding them out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They try again with Montgomery, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. It's their quarterback, making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defense.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the give, this is Harris. And some room to maneuver. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, 30 yards. Now the Steelers have got it back to within a score.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain there. That brings forth a 3rd and long. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop it behind the line. Fourth down after a loss of 1.
His size, it only takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Now back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bears will get the football back. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try to move forward.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held it, they might go for it again.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. A little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, 1-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost you.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now throw on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
We've seen this a few times in this game. Offensive line are able to keep leverage, are able to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw again. Completing it to the right side, Johnson.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll just get rid of it.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And this one too low.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown. This game's over.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Pat Fryermuth
From 3 yards out.
And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Boswell good with the extra point as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make or break onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Back to throw. They'll leave it for Montgomery complete. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This to perhaps salt this one away. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Pressure, and he's taken down. Bears sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The city always a little extra excitement for Week 1. And one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Chicago, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.